Today I'm here to officially introduce myself to everybody, just so we're not all confused. What you're hearing that is a German accent. That is because I am German. I just don't look it too much because I also have Costa Rican and Cuban roots, you might say. It's actually complicated. But either way, I actually write in English, and so when the time comes, you could potentially read the book. I am doing my version of the Authortube Newbie Tag based on the Authortube Newbie Tag 1.0 and 2.0 by the Generous Treaty, with some fun questions mixed in from the flawless. Why is it zooming in? From the flawless DW, who did a Authortube Newbie Tag remix with a bunch of fun new questions. The links are below. So the first question is, if you were a book, how would you pitch yourself? I, of course, took it to mean as a blurb. So 29-year-old Tanya Chacon is a fully grown adult when she discovers the magic of finding her passion. And after some time of dawdling around, she is ready and she is desperate to try something even more elusive, completing a big project. We follow her through trials and tribulations as she explores the things that light her fire and, of course, the things that keep holding her back, including but not limited to insecurities, chronic health stuff, and a chaotic brain that likes to procrastinate on hard things. Okay, the next one is one of DW's, which is, which genre would you give 5 stars to, which would go on your TBR, and which would be a DNF. So 5 stars, definitely YA fantasy. I love the adventurous, I love the earnest, the stepping into your own power, the friendships, and of course I also love the world building and the magic. And so in conclusion, YA fantasy, it's what I read and it's what I write as well. And if there are pirates, if there are heists and found family, then all the better. I'm in. The TBR, I couldn't choose. It's either adult epic fantasy, which I really should read more of, but I keep being intimidated by it. And or it could be horror. I hate watching horror movies, but I still also like to be creepy. And I have read a few which I think were horror novels, and I like them. So yeah, I'm not sure. I definitely want to read more of both. And then DNF is, yeah, that would be mystery, honestly. No shade to everybody who loves mystery or writes mystery. When I was younger, pretty much everything that I read was mystery, like the middle grade. I also read a lot of the classic ones, like Agatha Christie, Sir Conan Arthur Doyle. These days, I am more interested in characters who are causing mayhem, and I'm more interested in them and them probably having good reasons for what they're doing, more so than finding a culprit. So the next question is, what authors have inspired you the most? And I am so glad that you asked. Weird zoom, I know. So probably Leigh Bardugo. It was her Six of Crows series that made me realize what kind of a story I want my work in progress to be. Came to it from first soundtrack. I'm still in love with it. So in love with it. The soundtrack and my brain chemistry I don't know, something harmonizes perfectly, and I just love it. And that brought me to the TV show, and the TV show brought me to these. So it's definitely Levi Dugo. Also, and I hope I know how to pronounce it properly, Amanda Foodie, or Foodie, Amanda Foodie, and her Ace of Shades series, for similar reason. Also read it. Read it. It has casinos and magical teenage gangsters, some of them in lace and pearls. I really, really like it. Ooh, lately I just literally like 10 minutes ago, I just finished Carving Shadows into Gold by Bridget Kammerer. She does very warm and complicated character relationships, both platonic and romantic. I don't know if you have ever swooned over a character making you friends. Yeah, and if I ever write a real romantic pairing, I want it to be like Taiko and Jax. I just I just love them so much. Yes. Also, the way that Alex London just lands a series ending and has like an impactful series arc in his Skybound series. I want to study how he does that. Amazing. I love the quiet world building that, let me check the name, Karina Sumner Smith does in Radiant, a very similar book. I have only read the first book so far. Archivist Wasp by Nicole Corner Stace, or Cornhurst Stace. Also, love the way it's so quiet, but the world building is, I don't know, it's profound or something. I love it. I just really love it. Um, and it's kind of amazing to have found two books that are so similar and that are both amazing. So, oh, and I mean, I wish I could write atmospheric language like Maggie Stiefvater does, or write like teenagers and their complex emotions, or I don't know. I feel like there are more things that I love about her. Holly Black, yes. And also, I wish I could write colorful descriptions and emotions like both Talia Hibbert and Maisie Eddings do, who write rom-coms. Should I go on? No, let's go to the next question. Okay. What's your publishing path going to be? Yeah, I can do that quickly. So far, I'm planning on self-publishing. I'm not entirely opposed to traditional. I think I'm just wary of the rejection and like bad contracts or something. Um, Also, I guess there's the language question. I feel like hybrid might be best when you can kind of get the most out of both reaches, kind of like both reach different audiences and you can kind of combine them. I don't know, but either way, I have to write the book first. So, question number 5. What's your favorite part of the writing process? Oh, okay. Also, very easy question. Definitely brainstorming and world building. There's so much fun to be had. I have a sneaking suspicion that I will love revision or editing. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be drafting, but yes, definitely brainstorming. I really like it. Question number 6. What was the first story you ever wrote? Oh, I forgot. I wanted to bring something. I have to see if I can find it. Just wait here a moment, okay? Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't find it quickly enough. Yeah, the first one, maybe I will, if I can find it, I will put up a picture. The first one would have been a sort of like a sensory book, you know, what you give toddlers with like felt and things that you can touch, about something about like a fledgling some kind of baby bird. Apparently, that story was not mine. It was a copy of a library book that we like, and obviously, obviously, I wasn't doing it by myself, okay? I did it with my mother. Please don't come for me. I'm not pretending to be a child prodigy. Not even close. Okay. But the first story that would have been like novel type was something that I wrote when I was like in high school. It was about a girl who is fed up with her life and like she literally goes out seeking adventure. She gets on a train to nowhere in particular, and on the way she meets another traveler, like a mysterious handsome traveler, and there was going to be a hill that is really a giant turtle's back. I was pantsing back then, so no clue where all of that was going. And I got about 10,000 words in. Yeah, that was my first. What made you want to start writing? So at first, writing was just one of the creative hobbies that I was just picking up and like that I was just picking up and abandoning, left and right, just whenever I was in the mood. And writing was just one of those. What really got me into writing was what I lovingly call my crisis. Yeah, let's just say overwhelm, depression, extreme social anxieties. It was, it started like right before the pandemic. And so, yeah, while the pandemic wasn't honestly the worst of it, it did not help, as you can imagine. And yeah, basically, I made up this story to kind of make sense of my brain. Like looking back, it was essentially like a metaphor for how depression hijacks your brain and works to isolate you from people. I think it would actually work as a horror. Um, yeah, so I got obsessed with that book. Obsessed. I was just working on that. And honestly, it was also procrastination because while all of that was going on, I was also having to write and hand in my bachelor's thesis. Writing distracted me and gave me a positive, creative way to use my brain. It gave me a goal to work towards, which is very helpful when you're in the depth of depression. Did writing cure my mental health? No, I wouldn't say so. I also did therapy, and who knows if I'm even cured. I don't have depression anymore. Now my project is like completely different, and like it stems from that idea in a very, very, very distant way. So yeah, that's my backstory as a writer, and I don't know. I guess backstories have to be a little bit dark. Okay, the next question. Ooh, yes. How did you find out about Authortube? So again, I was procrastinating and I was going through it. And so I was watching a lot of YouTube, just random stuff, and writing advice content came across my feed and it got me hooked. Then over time, I also discovered, you know, writing vlogs and this whole like community stuff that is going on here. Yes, important question. What do you want to ask other Authortubers? Okay, so when I work on a video, I get a little bit obsessive and I edit way, way past my bedtime. I am no longer really able to motivate myself or think about or focus on anything else. And yeah, let's just say that's not conducive to my writing or my health for that matter. Yeah, that is my question. Any tips? That's my question. And the last question is, what kinds of videos can we expect on your channel? Chatty, very in-depth videos about goals and insecurities and motivation. I will also keep trying new things and sharing what I learn because I'm having a lot of fun experimenting with my writing process. Yeah, so far my channel is looking almost like a pure advice channel about the writing process. And I love being helpful, or like I want to be helpful. I have filmed 2 weeks worth of vlogs, but never published one. That's what I'm working on next. Accountability and body doubling is like gold for my ADHD, even if it's just a camera watching. You know what I mean? Also, maybe live sprints. I live in Berlin, so I don't know. Let me know if we're like in compatible time zones. Maybe we can get together. And then I would also like, and that is my sociology degree talking, I would like to occasionally talk about books and culture. What are our like the influences on us, and what is our influence as writers in turn? Like, I would also really like to talk about the books that I read, because I secretly also want to be a booktuber. Always from a writing perspective, I promise. I'm very excited to meet you. And I also wanted to ask, have you ever toyed with the idea of starting an Authortube channel? Because if so, I have listed a bunch of videos that helped me take the plunge. Because like I've toyed with this idea for a long time. Hint, hint. If you already have an Authortube channel, I have so much respect for you. Either way, please say hi in the comments, and see you in my next video. Goodbye!